Earlier in the day, in the middle of your live reports, we saw, or you saw and heard loud explosions. I think we picked that up on our cameras as well. What's the situation now? Is it a lull presently? Are the air attacks or assaults or whatever took place over? Any information you can share?
Vishnu, we've gotten a confirmation that there was air activity incoming into Srinagar this morning. Much of it was captured on our cameras in terms of the sound while we were reporting. I'm standing right now on the banks of the Dal Lake. I'm not going to show any activity around it because there are security officials and other agencies that are involved in what I'm going to talk about. But we've been given permission to say that there is a search on in the Dal Lake right now for debris of what may be either a missile or a drone or possibly even an aircraft. We've been speaking to people here. There were some eyewitnesses who saw something falling into the Dal Lake during the early morning hours. There was some kind of an engagement and those two loud explosions that we heard were possibly not very far from where I'm standing, the airspace I mean. So just a short while ago there were some police boats that were conducting a search here. We understand some debris has been recovered, but there's going to be another search for more. The agencies are tight-lipped and I don't think anybody should really conjecture or speculate just yet over what exactly that debris is, because remember, there are two strands here. Clearly was a drone strike because we did see, hear those sounds of anti-drone measures engaging over Srinagar. The state authorities have also talked about how there was an air raid attempt by Pakistan here in Srinagar earlier today. It's a little quieter now, but the search for what could possibly be larger assets than drones or aircraft even is currently unclear. We're hoping to get some clarity on that from the MEA-MOD joint press conference. It's about to begin in Delhi, but the latest I have for you from here is that a search is on for that debris. One here in the Dal Lake, the other in a place called Lasjan in Srinagar. It's a kind of a slightly rural outbound area of Srinagar where we've just returned from there. It's been completely cordoned off by the Special Operations Group of the Jammu and Kashmir Police, so we could get nowhere near, but we're told by our sources once again that there was drone debris over there that was recovered and has been sent now for analysis. Vishnu.
And I think, Shiv, as we wait for that press conference, the story is that the frontage where all of this has been taking place, Jammu and Kashmir to the north, right down through Punjab, parts of Rajasthan as well, and further in to the mainland India, possibly Ambala, certainly Pathankot, Sirsa as well, some reports suggest, indicates the depth in which these attacks are coming. And the bigger picture is, never since 1971 has anything happened at this scale.
Very, very correct, Vishnu. After what the Indian MOD characterized as about 300 to 400 drones being engaged by Indian counter-drone measures yesterday, today you've got the Ministry of Information and Broadcast say that at least 26 armed drones were sighted in different parts of this frontage from Amritsar to Batinda, Akhnur. The army put out an official comment earlier today on its social media, putting out a picture of a Turkish Bayraktar drone, armed drone, attempting to apparently attack the Khasa cantonment in Amritsar. There are confirmed reports of drone activity having been intercepted over Kutch in Gujarat, Rajasthan as well, and in Jaisalmer. So you're right when you say the entire frontage between India and Pakistan, whether it is the line of control or the international border that spans so many states, there is drone activity, which suggests that Pakistan is increasingly trying to use these very, very low-cost, attritable assets that they have, most of them acquired from Turkey, but also from China, to use them to create a map of India's air defenses. They've been doing that for the last couple of days, but I'm told an increasing number of drones with warheads, whether it's loitering munitions or drones carrying munitions like the Bayraktar 2 that were shot down over Amritsar today. This is clearly something that Pakistan wants to continue to do, but the more tantalizing and interesting aspect that we're chasing, of course, is the idea that Pakistan Air Force jets were in airspace over Srinagar or near Srinagar and were engaged, according to some reports. Not confirmed, hoping for clarity on that.
And equally important, we appear to have struck Pakistan as well very, very hard. Again, we are waiting for information on that. But if the information is accurate, because the footage being shared by very, very responsible people is of a massive explosion at the Noor Khan Airbase in Rawalpindi, that's in the heart of Pakistan, 10 kilometers from the general headquarters of the Pakistani military, less than 10 kilometers, then that would send a huge signal. The success of operations in other airbases in Chakwal, which is the Murid Airbase, then the Rafiki Airbase in Shorkot. If these attacks have gone through and if they are successful, then it just gives you an idea of the extent of, the Indian offensive which has gone through as well, right?
Very, very true, Vishnu. And I'm told that it isn't just the three air bases that you've just named.
There's a fourth
not
one,
just
right?
Noor Khan, Murid and Raf. There is a fourth one. I'll just name it for you in a moment because I've got that from our sources. It's the Rahim Yar Khan Air Base in southern Punjab. We'll have details of that on our screen in a moment. But these four air bases have been struck. We can confirm that they've been struck because I got this from the government straight. Like you said, one of them is in Rawalpindi, the very heart of the Pakistan military headquarters, Vishnu. It's a VIP transport base. It's got refuelers, lots of logistics and support aircraft, and basically the symbolism of it being Rawalpindi, which is the headquarters of the Pakistan military, which controls all these terror groups as well. Murid is your unmanned aircraft hub in Punjab, and it's the place where many of those Turkish drones also currently operate from. They've got a whole bunch of drone squadrons that operate from there, many of which may presumably have been launched against India in these three drone waves that we've seen so far. And finally, Rafiki is a frontline fighter base, Vishnu, as you know, which operates squadrons of the JF-17 and Mirage 5 high performance interceptor aircraft. So therefore, hitting three different bases, one that's largely symbolic and ceremonial, but very, very important in terms of maintenance, logistics, and VIP transport and refueling and things like that for support. I understand even airborne early warning and control aircraft sometimes operate from the Noor Khan airport near Rawalpindi. And the other two air bases, unmanned aircraft, which have sort of defined the offensive actions by Pakistan over the last couple of days, and of course fighters, which is what we're focusing on today. So it's going to be interesting to see how this actually plays out. Clearly, Pakistan also trying to attack Indian military assets, including airfields.
Let's also talk a little bit about air defenses, which India has been using extensively. If there are incoming fighter planes or there are incoming missiles from Pakistan or drones, we have an integrated command and control system which the Air Force mans. It gets a real-time idea using multiple sensors along the entire front on what is incoming and the nature of the threat. We've also linked all of that to very sophisticated surface-to-air missiles, whether it's the Barak, the S-400, which can engage targets up to a range of 400 kilometers, including ballistic missiles of some classes, the Pechora, which is an older surface-to-air missile system since upgraded, the Akash, which is a made-in-India surface-to-air missile system, and the Israeli Spider. Significantly, and Shiv, come in on this, and I'm reporting this very, very cautiously, in having spoken to experts in, I believe, parts of Punjab in a field, or in Rajasthan, there was the booster of a BrahMos missile, which was found. And when I put it out there, I was told quite clearly by experts that, no, that is the booster. A booster is a part which separates from the missile once it's fired. If India is indeed BrahMos, using BrahMos missiles, it is upgauging our attack, right?
Very correct, and you're right. I saw the picture that you're referring to, Vishnu, and I did send it to a couple of experts as well. They came back with exactly the same thing that you're reporting. That was a booster of a BrahMos supersonic cruise missile. Reason to believe that the BrahMos has also been thrown into the weapons mix that India is deploying against Pakistan right now. We don't know whether these were land-launched or air-launched BrahMoses.
Yeah.
That's something that we'll get to know probably later once the fog of war actually settles. Remember, India has air-launched BrahMos missiles, and the government of Pakistan early this morning said that these were air-launched weapons that were that struck their three air bases. But India's integrated air defense system has been performing singingly well for the last 2 days. It is still under test right now, because those air strikes and attempts to penetrate airspace and population centers continues. But all of those systems, from the S-400 to the indigenous Akash to the LR-SAM, MR-SAM / Barak 8, which is an Indo-Israeli weapon that you're familiar with, Vishnu. The Spider is also an Israeli system, providing that kind of integrated shield over vital assets and population centers of India, are really seeing a trial by fire. There's nothing classified, of course, about what we're talking about, because these are very well-known open source pieces of weaponry that India deploys for this very purpose. But it is quite clear that they are sort of returning their investment for the last 3 days.
And it's not just that. We've got, it stretches from low tech to high tech. So if the S-400 and the Barak are on the higher end of the tech spectrum, relatively low tech solutions are also there. There is a summer system where the Indian Air Force, through a solution, a Jugaad solution, if you will, has used missiles which, such as the R-73 and the R-27, which are ending their life, their shelf life. Those are being used and have been used to take out incoming drones. I'm going to take a short break, come back with a lot more. All right, wait just a moment. We aren't taking a break. We can see action over there. That press conference about to begin. That's the Foreign Secretary, a Colonel of the Army and a Wing Commander. Let's listen in.